And welcome to SEC Network College Football, presented by T-Mobile 5G Internet. True freshman quarterback DJ Lagway leading Florida across Steve Spurrier Field on a homecoming Saturday night in the Swamp. Kentucky and Florida, two teams trying to find their footing in the rugged SEC as they sit here with matching 3-3 records. Somebody's going to walk out of here feeling a little about themselves after tonight. Gut-wrenching defeats last week in games that both coaches and staffs felt like they played well enough to win, but some self-inflicted wounds, of course, cost them the victory. Here's Elijah Badger on the opening kickoff. He's out to the 25, 27-yard line when it's all said. So for the first time, Florida started two freshmen in the backfield. Lagway, nice move out over the 40 and slides at the 43-yard. Three-man rush by Kentucky. Lagway moves left, throws, has a man wide open at the 25. It's Eugene Wilson dancing around to the 15. And a big hitter for the Gators, and they're in. That handoff goes to Ball again. He's inside the 5, down to about the 4. Jordan Lovett coming up to make the play. Again, it's Ball. This time he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second and goal.
Now you get the first real look at Deion Walker and how this.
The true freshman Ball behind the true freshman quarterback, Lagway. They'll fake it to Ball. Looking to the end zone. Lagway moving, looking, and he'll be dropped back at the 11-yard line. Alex Afari Jr. making a. So now your third and goal from the 11. Lagway. That ball's batted in the air, and it'll fall to the turf. Incomplete. Deion Walker, the All-American, making a couple. 5 of 7 on the year. Gannon Burt is the new snapper for Florida. Rocco Underwood, who's been snapping for a few years now, has been injured. The snap is clean, execution perfect, and the 29-yarder splits the uprights, and the Gators will pick up 3 on their opening possession of 21 total passes for 165 yards. Big hole off the right side. Sumo Karngbae over the 40, out to the 43-yard line. Vandegrift's pass right through the hands of his intended target. Jordan Dingle had a chance to make the grab, and generally he's.
Knoxville just shows the maturity of this young 18-year-old.
And as good as Graham Mertz was in terms of completing passes, one thing that maybe lacked in his area were those big plays. Get a nice run here from Jacoby Jackson.
Pace to be a little bit more accurate.
Split Jackson out. Underneath throw is caught by Boardingham, the tight end. He is wrapped up. They'll spot his forward progress out near the 33.
The football.
Piper comes across from his linebacker spot to make the play there. And that's a guy, speaking of that off week, that really elevated his game, and he won the half. Batted down, incomplete. George Gums Jr. knocks it to the turf, and here comes
the role of being quarterback here at the University of Florida.
3:17 to go in the opening quarter. That handoff goes to the freshman Ball. Flag comes in behind the play.
Foul, illegal hands to the face on the defense, number 90. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run, and it carries an automatic first down.
Well, so yeah, it's going to take a lot to fool this front seven.
Lagway will keep it off the right side, and he'll slide down after the first down to the 45-yard line. Good play call there. Oh, they actually spot the slide back a yard shy of the first down. But Lagway will pick it up here for sure. Gets a block, turns the corner. He's out of bounds inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line. Kristen Story pushes him out. 25 yards in front of Ball. Hand it off to Jaden. He's trying to get the edge, and he is stuffed. Loses a couple of yards. Jordan Levitt comes up. 9-yarder earlier in the game for Trey Smack. This one will be from 33. Out of the hole to Jeremy Crawshaw. Execution is flawless, and the kick will split the uprights. Georgia defense came to play tonight. First down and 10. Here is Vandegrift. Brock out over the 25 to the 27-yard line. Took a couple of big hits. He's a big play potential player. They'll hand it to him. Hole number 10. Here's a big play out to midfield into Florida territory. Brought down by Devin. Back to Vandegrift, going up top, has Brown, caught, touchdown Kentucky, 45 yards.
Well, there's the explosive play. We had an explosive.
And he missed it. Just goals and extra points this season. See how that comes back to haunt Kentucky if it does. But the flea flicker executed perfectly. The Cats are on the board. We're tied at 1-10. Because you got to be sharp to be in the TV business, right? Lagway in trouble. Looking sharp. Dumps it off and it's incomplete. So 3 incompletions on that possession. Alex Afari was down in 1.5 yards. Going to look like a sneak there with Vandegrift, and I don't think he got it. He had to get out to the 31. It looks like they're going to spot grabbing Vandegrift by his ankles and dragging him back. Jim DK back to return this punt. Fair catch called for at the 35-yard line. That one bobbled around a bit, but he held on to it. Ball will split out to the near side. Empty set here for Lagway. Kentucky bringing 4. Down the middle, passes there, caught. 10, down to the 7-yard line goes Elijah Badger. Hardaway. They'll hand it to Ball left side. Breaks through a couple defenders. Touchdown, Florida. Jaden Ball. Well, we're wondering what this running back situation would look like without Montrell Johnson Jr.
Well, we're going to see single high coverage, so we're going to get single high safety. This safety is going to roll down, which gives seam routes are really good, and he's a quarterback with tremendous arm strength. And he's able to fit that ball down the field on an absolute rope. Keeps the receiver on the move. And then after that, get inside the 5-yard line. They struggled in the red zone a week ago. Right now, Ball is running like a man on fire.
Chip Trainum in at running back. They will throw. Dane Key makes the catch, and he'll be out of bounds. Let's see where they spot him. It'll be close to the 36, so that'll be a first down. Vandegrift over the middle, high, almost caught, and maybe intercepted. The Gators will have it. Triquez Bridges with his first interception of the year.
Well, they can continue to show the double-A pressure. It's the 3rd time we've seen it. First time they brought the linebackers. The next 2 times they drop them out into coverage. And no excuse. Brock has to put this on Dingle's body, able to catch it and possibly get the first down. Ball.
Cats bringing 4. Sidearm throw, and that one is picked off. Christian Story getting some help to the 30. To the 20, down to the 10-yard line. Boy, Kentucky needed something to...
And just eyes it a little bit too much, and Ball was way too far inside. You got a nickel in Zion Childress, who's running with the receiver as well. And the third thing, you threw it across the field, so just a very difficult throw, trying to...
Sumo Kongbe met in the backfield, breaks a tackle, and dives forward. This will be about the spot. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The big boys in the game, quickly to the line of scrimmage. They'll hand it off. Sumo Kongbe, I don't know if he got the first down. He's still driving forward. They blow the play dead. just inside the 2. That's not going to be enough.
Well, start with a third down play. Sumo Kongbe does whatever he could to try and get the first down, but you see the swarm of Gators, and he ain't getting by big number 21, Desmond Watson. And then they try to go right down the middle, the heart of this defense in the
end zone. Handed off here to Ball. Jaden Ball to the 25, to the 28-yard line, and out of bounds by J.Q. Hardaway. Ball was 74 yards on the ground, averaging 6.7 yards per carry. Couple of fakes there. Lagway showing that big arm down the middle. Badger has it inside the 15, down to the 12.
Action. Once again, you see the safety jump on the play action, leaves the cornerback on an island one-on-one. And then the elite speed of number 6 and a beautifully...
His grandson put on a show here in the first half. Here's Ball dancing around, got a great block, and he will walk it into the end zone. Damian George Jr. with the block of the night springs his true freshman running back. Gators trying to make it a 14-point game, and they do so.
You mentioned Damian George Jr., 6'6", 345, gets the double pancake, working across. He's not only going to take one defender, he's going to take both defenders to the ground. Here's one, and I'm going to bring him to number 2. They knock each other over, get the double pancake, and then...
Halftime between those guys. I know Dari's going to be sad. Here's Vandergrift. Right through the hands of Barry and Brown, it's intercepted. Gators have a chance. Devin Moore pushed out of bounds around the 5.
Hands. He couldn't have placed it better as a quarterback. I mean, literally
heck of a throw.
Right in the perfect spot in the receiver's hands, and just got lazy with it, and Florida takes advantage. Devin Moore.
Gators, Ball, your running back. On the I formation, touchdown, Gators. It's now a 21-point advantage with 1:44 to go, and averaging 400 yards per game, 28 points per game. And they're doing this against one of the best front sevens, best defenses in America.
It's the down.
Most yards allowed in a half, obviously, for this Kentucky defense here tonight. Barry and Brown explodes across the 40, stays on his feet. Cuts it back. Barry and Brown dancing around. He's going to dance himself all the way into the end zone. Another kickoff return for a touchdown, his 5th of his career. To exchange things. That was a low snap. Through the uprights. In the form of Barry and Brown.
A great block and no holding. See some double teams. You got the kicker one-on-one. You can't let him make a tackle. And then right there, sees the end zone, get in the end zone, the speed. Man, look at that stop on an absolute dime. Right there towards the sideline. 100%, that is the way to redeem yourself after that drop pass.
99-yard. Wilson comes in motion. He'll run Lagway with it. He is tripped up behind the 30. He'll lose a couple of yards, and Kentucky will take another timeout. 30. He'll lose a couple of yards, and Kentucky will take another timeout and stop it with 15 seconds. Kentucky defense, remember, Ole Miss going into that game was averaging over 600 yards. But here in the first half, Kentucky has put up 313 in the half. But it's still a ball game after the Barry on Brown 99-yard. Kentucky is just down 14. I mean, it's not like it's out of the question, and they get the football first here. I think this drive will be an important one. I wouldn't say it'd be a game-defining one, but Jamarian Wilcox in the backfield. Vandagriff will throw. Barry and Brown will have a first down. Let's go downstairs, visit with Maryland.
We'll see if he gets the ball here on some sort of read route.
Kentucky 0 for 5 on third downs tonight. Make it 0 for 6. Grayson Howard meets Demi Sumo Karnbay on their own side of the 50. Vandagriff throws it. Nice play. First down and a whole bunch more. Josh Caddis, the tight end. Vandagriff throws a seed down the seam. It's caught, first down. Kentucky inside the 15. They go to Fred Ferrier, the second. Stopped did Kentucky in the first half. They'll hand it off. Here comes Brown trying to get the corner. He's pushed out of bounds. Inside the 5, near the 3.
As Jason Marshall, who's still down on the ground, was able to keep pushing Marion Brown to the sideline to get extra help.
Sideline. Kentucky trying to stick this one in the end zone. First and goal. Wimsatt turns the corner and he is walloped at the 1.
Well, I do like the decision to keep Wimsatt in the.
Reap the rewards. There goes Wimsatt in for the touchdown.
Completely caves the right side of the defensive line in. Look at all the movement from the right side, and then from there, just follow your running back into the end zone. You said it, Dave. I mean, that is Kentucky football, and that is what we're used to seeing from that.
Alex Rayner to attempt this point after, and he will convert it. Four-man look from Kentucky. The play fake. Lagway to throw. This one is perfect. Out to the 45, pushed out of bounds near the 47. It's Jim DK with his third down and 5 for Florida. Lagway stands in that pocket, throws to a wide open DK. He's to the 10, to the 5, and dropped down at the 3-yard line.
Big play. You're going to have someone in the flat, and then you're going to have a deep cross route, and DJ does a terrific job once again of buying enough time to allow the play to develop. It's a long developing play. The receiver is going to catch the ball somewhere between 15 to 20 yards across the football field. So off
lines up behind his quarterback. They'll give it to Ball, and he is met, loses a yard or two. Alex Afari found a little seam and Lagway looking to throw. Steps up, dancing around on his tiptoes, tries to get the pylon, and they'll say he's out of bounds. Just inside the 1-yard line, Zion Childress pushes him out.
Just missed it. Ball does not cross the line.
Oh, he had it in his right hand.
I know.
If it's in his left, he probably gets the touchdown. And they'll go with Ball. And he is in there for, he got in for the touchdown. There it is. The lights went out, hard to see if there was a signal. They will give him the touchdown. That look, anyway. What do you think?
I don't think he got in either. I didn't think he got in initially. I thought the whistle should have been blown as well. But there's a lot of bodies in the ruling on the field was a touchdown, so.
The ruling on the field stands.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. Yeah. Unfortunately for Kentucky, there was the point after was up and good. Things getting. Gators bringing the house over the middle. Dane Key backpedals and he'll dive for the first down. What an effort by Key. Big hit from. Vandagriff feels the pressure, trying to run for it. He will be tripped up, but will have enough for the first down.
Man, it is hard not to love
fourth quarter football. Two-touchdown game, Kentucky driving, 2nd down and 4. They'll hand it off to Chip Trayanum, who will power his way for a big gain inside the Gator 40. Castell and Howard bringing him down, but that'll be a gain of 10 and another Kentucky. Field now on this 3rd and 1. He is met in the hole, but I think his progress should have it. Jack Pyburn, number 44, was there to greet him. But I think the big fella got the position on a 3rd down and 6. Hand it to Berrien Brown. And the Gators were all over it. There was nowhere to run. Gotta think this might be 4-down territory for the Cats here. Wildcats 1 of 2 on 4th down. They'll swing it to the outside. Anthony Brown. Stevens not gonna get there. Triquez Bridges making the play for the Gators to snuff out the drive.
This is, if any indication of where he can go, the sky's the limit for number 2.
Wilson comes in motion. Lagway looks the other way, but he is trapped and nowhere to go. He's going to be dropped, or I should say, stood up. Whistle blows. Alex Afari, first one then. Getting late though, 8 minutes to go in the 4th. Vandegrift on 1st and 10. Dane Key with a 1st down reception near midfield. Devin Moore over there in coverage. That'll be a gain of 15.
I'm sure see at some point in his drive.
Get it to Sumo Kongbe, and he'll have a 1st down, or close to it. Let's see where they spot his foot when it went out of bounds. Vandegrift steps up in the pocket, throws high, incomplete. Now do you go for it on 3rd or 4th and 11? To the wide side, knocked away at the last moment. Heck of a play on the back end by Aaron Gates. Anthony Brown Stevens was the intended target, and the Gator defense holds. On 3rd down, Lagway steps into this one, lofts it up, trying to hit another big one, and oh my goodness, it's caught by Elijah Badger. How in the world did he come down with that catch? Jaden Ball down to the 1-yard line. Zion Childress saves a touchdown. Handoff goes to Ball, and he just picked up his 5th rushing touchdown to tie Trey Burton. Are eye-opening. Point after is up and good. Lagway is now 7 of 14, 7 complete.
On what his staff is telling him. It's been encouraging and exciting to watch Graham step little by little away from DJ over the course of this game.
This ball is picked off. Cormani McClain, who hasn't played this year, gets on the field and intercepts Cutter Boley, who just came into the game, the true freshman. This point after is up and good. Well, Kentucky's 3-game win streak over Florida is going to be stopped tonight.
Late hitch route to the field. Bad news. You never want to do that. And McClain says, thank you very much.
Talk about for those guys on SEC football final. Coming up when we are finished here. 3:21 on the clock. Cutter Boley back on the field. Trying to hit the freshman. Boley throws it, and that one's incomplete. Flags come in, a couple of flags come in. Where Boley let go of that football. LJ.
Roughing the passer. Forcible contact above the shoulders on the defense number 17. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot and carries an automatic 1st down.
So true freshman on true. Up top. Incomplete. Trying to hit Hardly Gilmore. Cormani McClain back there in coverage. 4th down. Pressure comes. Incomplete. Trying to hit the freshman Willie Rodriguez, the tight end, and the Cats will turn it over. Alabama, of course, big impact game there. Georgia and Texas, those two teams certainly. That ball's caught. No way. Bounced around a few times. Taylor spear toe. Under a minute to go. And that will be the final play of this game. The Gators can't understate the importance of this game, and Billy Napier knew it. Had all with 5 rushing touchdowns to tie a single game record. And meanwhile, Lagway finishes with 259 yards through the air and added another 46 on the ground. Offensive line held up nicely. Defense came up when they needed to.
It was a full team performance. This defense continues to play really good football over the past few games, and you said it, the future's bright with DJ.